BTMreview.com here with the Walking Dead podcast, talking about Always Accountable. We can probably throw a joke in there easy. Oh, what should it be called? We usually do this. Always what?
Always shit.
Always predictable.
Oh, that too.
Always predictable.
I think predictable has a little better ring to it.
Really? Because it is always shit, though.
I think every single one of your titles there, Riverman, has the word shit in it for this show anymore.
Hey, from YouTube, people are starting to come around and agree with Riverman here.
Well, yeah, we had a few comments on it, and
did?
The gentleman that listens to every single episode, I know, Rockula, because he always comments and gives us commentary. For hell is frozen over, and he said, for once, I agree with Riverman. I don't remember what he said, but he did agree with all of us after that, saying that there's nothing really else to talk about in this episode. The only thing he called us out was, Kid wasn't reaching for a gun, he was reaching for a knife. Other than that, there's nothing else to talk about in this episode. And this is coming from a guy that has like a laundry list of things that we missed.
Yeah.
We
got another one from Tom saying it's another shit episode, and he basically said it was filler, just like we said. So.
Oh, I think that guy. I remember he said something to the effect of, the first step. I didn't. Whatever. I think it's all been kind of middle of the road. But he's like, we get a good first episode, and the rest of it's just shit. And
they're even saying that with he's saying that with the comic books. It started off great. Now it's the same old. So.
Well, as far as this episode, it's exactly what we knew was happening. It was going to be, hey, what's going on with Daryl? What's going on with Seamus McFly? And what's going on with Tosh.0, Sasha? I always want to call her Tasha, and I catch myself. But on one hand, to try and be a little nice to it, it's refreshing to see these characters because we've seen all those other characters like the last fucking 3 episodes, so I'm really getting sick of them. But I guess it was kind of cool to see Daryl, their little cash cow, and see what's going on with him. But the whole thing was very blasé, very slow paced. I didn't necessarily mind the segments with Daryl so much, even though it was a giant. We get it. Daryl still has a heart of gold. He still believes in people, but at the end of the day, Rick was still right because they fucked him over. And
then you're spending 50 minutes on 3 characters, which you just can't do right now. Well,
and then but then there's also the could not stand the Sasha and the Seamus shit.
That shit was so goddamn dumb. Like all of a sudden he wants to get with her, even though he's been with Rosita.
She's mourning. She's mourning Bob.
Yeah, let us not forget that Bob, technically in the Walking Dead universe, again, story continuity for the actual context of the story, not that much time has passed since Bob's dead. Fuck. Stupid ass show.
I'm just really tired of the melodrama. It gets really old, and this one, it's just like a lot of staring, a lot of artistic ambiance, and hardly any music. Yeah, it's just...
What's the point of keeping the zombie alive behind that glass door too?
It's all this subliminal message shit. And like that whole scene with the RPG, the soldier. That was stupid as shit. I'm like, I get it. There's some underlining fucking message here, and then he didn't go for it, and it fell, and he got it anyway. I'm not even going to try. It's dumb. I don't understand.
What are we supposed to be taking away from the fact that Abraham is seeing this soldier hanging from this light pole with his RPG, and for whatever reason he goes up to kill it, but he doesn't kill it. He just screams at it, and
I think it had some.
What in God's name are we supposed to take away from that?
The thing is, we talk about it all the time. There's so many different writers on this. We have some artistic fucking hipsters, and then we have some blatant directors that just throw it in your face. And this is obviously one of those times where there's underlining messages and all that bullshit.
Well, they always try a new style, and when it first started, I thought it was gonna be like a first person fucking episode because it was like Norman Reedus perspective, and I was like, oh god, are we gonna try this angle now? And it didn't, but like a Doom. It was really weird, but or like Universal Soldier Regeneration, which it works in that movie if you guys ever seen it, but. I don't know what to take from. I hated those Sasha moments, and I hated that whole scene with Abraham and the RPG. I'm not even going to think about it too hard because it hurts my head. But I can only imagine that it has something to do with the little coaching he got from Sasha. Why did you have to go? Why does he have to go out and kill these things? I just want to fucking wipe him from exist. Whatever. And I think that had something to do with that? Like, hey, I don't have to kill, or I'm not going to be reckless. Because wasn't he trying to reach around his back and he kept trying to like snip at him and he couldn't quite get it off his back? The RPG.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell
he was trying.
doing.
He was trying to get it off and over him, and then
And he couldn't. And instead of being reckless, he backed away, screamed in his face for whatever reason, and then he chose the less reckless path. And I guess he got rewarded, which is the moral of the story, because he fell. I guess
because gravity just happened to make the zombie fall at that point when he was standing up there.
That drove me fucking crazy. I'm like, how long has that zombie been there? And it happened. These perfect moments happen when somebody's watching.
There's quite the coincidences in the Walking Dead universe. Trees don't fall. All the trees in the fucking forest fall on everything else, but the house that's sitting right underneath.
It's funny you mentioned that, Pat, because I was bitching my wife. Because you know how he covers up the motorcycle with all those shrubs he just finds with the burnt down forest, which no shrubs would actually be there. It's like, that's so fucking stupid.
I didn't there's a lot of stuff where I just kind of was just confused with this episode. We're like, why would not so necessarily so much that it was happening, but why is this happening? And just these characters, why would they do this? And this is just stupid.
Like I said, I'm gonna pick. I pick at the Seamus. I'm a little nicer to the Norman Reedus, even though I was fucking dragged out. But the other part of it, the Tasha, Sasha, that was bullshit.
And Seamus is turning into a shit character, which he used to be great.
What was he trying to pitch the idea of just staying there? Or was he talking about four walls? And was he talking about Alexandria?
I think he was talking about Alexandria.
Like, hey, okay.
That's why he's kind of turning over this new leaf of we got it so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
I thought he wanted to have some redheaded babies.
Redheaded Afro babies. Have you ever seen a redheaded Afro baby?
No.
They fucking looking like Blake Griffin and shit.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't think of that.
You know what? I mean, mulatto babies can be really adorable, but sometimes there's one every now and again that really gets the raw end of the deal, and they kind of get the shit backwards, and they look like they're black, and they got an afro, but they got white as Irish skin and freckles over the face. Like, wow, that's gonna be their kid. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's Blake Griffin.
Racist motherfucker.
He'll be dunking over kids and shit.
Speaking of this whole episode and episodes like this, where it's that whole melodrama thing, a lot of, I get it, artsy cinematography, scenic shots, and ambient music in the background, and just a lot of looks, not a lot of words, but a lot of deep stares. It reminds me of a fucking Lincoln commercial or something.
Did anybody notice?
I love those Lincoln commercials.
Did anybody notice the music during the chase at the very beginning?
That was actually kind of cool. I liked it.
It was like super like throwback and like 80s and shit.
Yeah, I did like that, but it didn't fit very well. But
no, it almost seemed kind of hokey for The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? It just seemed like it made something that was lame even lamer.
Yeah.
Because for some odd reason, I kind of knew, you just kind of had this feeling that all the action that was going to happen in this episode is going to happen in the first 7 minutes, and then the rest of it, you're just wandering around talking.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess with Daryl getting taken hostage and just kind of walking with those people for a while, there's a little kind of action. But at the same time, I just, who's Patty and why are they so upset that she's missing? And I
didn't pick up on that. That one girl just got killed.
We're having a hard enough time caring about these characters that have been on the show for 6 years. I don't care about these characters that they're introducing for an episode.
They're just throwing names out and shit. Like I should give a fuck.
Well, I mean, I don't even care about people like Daryl anymore. I mean, he's there 95. He's 5% of the show. He's on it. I mean, he's never there. If Daryl dies, we riot. He's only there 5% of the time. Who cares? But it's like if your dad died, the deadbeat dad that was never there anyway. Okay, great. But I didn't mind the Daryl part. It was just stretched out. Like I get it. It was all the subtle shit of he still believes in people. He gave him a shot, and he even came back after that whole monologue. Who would really say that? I don't get it. We hit you over the head. We handcuffed you, and you still came back. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the stupid one. That's what he is.
Yeah. And he was a nice guy, and he gave him their shit, just trying to say, hey, trade me. I'll take that piece of shit you're carving. And I'm pretty sure he'll take a moment to look at that somewhere later in the episode and have a deep thought or something. It's something stupid.
Who cares?
He'll probably end up killing him with it because, I'm sorry, you're going to be. He's probably going to fucking stab him with it. I don't know.
But who really gives a shit? At this
He's gonna
point?
get all punny, all Steven Seagal like.
Are we to the point where Dale should be carrying a sidearm along with the crossbow? I mean, the crossbow's great and everything, and wow, it's a really rad trademarked weapon, but for fuck's sake, carry a handgun.
It's good to kill zombies, but not people. I mean, come on, you have to have something.
Right? Everybody would have a goddamn handgun on them.
Yeah.
And I'm having trouble understanding the theme here because we have the Morgan side, we have the Rick side. Morgan and Daryl are on one end about whatever, people are still good, hope. So is that theme out the window? Is the theme that Rick is right? Is that the theme?
I don't know. Maybe the whole fact that there's so many different altering, kind of conflicting themes kind of adds to the whole ambiguity of the huge nature of all the different types of emotions that would be involved in a zombie apocalypse.
I don't know. I miss Carol and I miss,
Can't we just kill some people? And okay, so did we see who did we see then? Do we think attacking and cutting people's arms off there while Daryl was walking with those people?
That group that they came from, they were running away from.
Mm-hmm.
God, they didn't have W's on their foreheads. I have no idea.
I thought it was the wolves, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we didn't see we only saw 3/4 of the leader. We didn't see the head. So is we just to think this is a random person, or could that possibly be Negan? Or
No, we know who Negan is, and no, he called him Wade or something.
Okay.
He kept calling him by a first name, Wade or Wayne or something. But and the same thing. And then when he was calling the walkie-talkie, talking to you're talking about they were talking to somebody. I don't know who the fuck they were talking to on their walkie-talkie when they were saying his buddy got bit or whatever.
Right.
But I don't know who they were. I mean, for all we know, it totally could just be a random group of guys that we never go back to again. Because every now and again, this show has a habit of doing that. It's like way back in season 2 or 3 when they came across those random stragglers, and at that point, everybody we came across was going to be of some substance to show, and we just never saw them again. Like, okay, that was weird.
Right.
So there's got to be other groups out there. So maybe it was just a passerby. I don't know, but he's going to see those people again too. He's got to. Daryl Dixon doesn't make a promise. Daryl Dixon doesn't make a promise like you're going to be sorry and does not live up to it.
Yeah, something's going to come to fruition out of that. Damn it.
And then he looked at that little fucking carving. Like I said, it's going to come back. He's going to, like I said, it's a perfect opportunity to stab somebody with that little carving he made in the head and be punny with it.
The Fusilli Jerry.
The Fusilli Jerry.
There will be at least one close-up shot of that on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and say at least
20 seconds.
one.
Artsy.
Yeah, with probably with blood. If it's not used as the weapon, then it will have blood on it.
Dude, if Todd's right, and we get poetic justice, and the asshole that carved it falls on his ass.
Yeah, 1 in a million shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1.
God.
I think we need to shut the podcast down because that's just calling your shot right there. I mean, that's just.
Well, I mean that's not too far of a stretch because everything else is really predictable on the show, especially with the very end there, the shocker. Ooh, that's Glenn saying help. I mean, obviously it's Glenn. It's so stupid. I've
heard it wasn't.
I didn't even hear that. Well,
it's not Glenn.
Yeah, I heard on a couple different. I read on a couple different articles that it wasn't Glenn.
How do they know?
I don't know. They said it wasn't Glenn.
Isn't that the first thing we would think of?
Yeah, it would be.
I didn't even hear somebody cry help.
It's at the very end when they're driving in the truck away.
He's trying to call for Rick or whatever on the walkie-talkie, and he picks up that other channel. But the only other people on their channel was it was Rick, it was fucking Glenn, and it was Norman Reedus. They were all on the channel together. I guess it could have been somebody random, but I mean, Glenn.
Do we know that it's a private channel, or is it an open channel on the walkie-talkies?
I don't know.
I didn't even get to see what the next week's going to be.
Why couldn't
I didn't either? Because you had to watch 15 actually even longer, like a half hour of that stupid news show.
I know. That looks fucking retarded. I mean,
I made it through like where normally the first commercial break would be in a normal
they
show.
didn't take one.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They're going to seriously make me sit here and watch a half hour of this. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Why do they got to make the cliffhanger so ambiguous, like, with what he said? Why can't they just make it obvious that it was Glenn and it was something like, oh, preach, help me preach. Like, okay, it was clearly Glenn.
Me rubbing the wrong time.
Preach.
Whoa, this just got real racist real quick.
Really?
I'm so hungry.
I'm so wrong.
hungry. my shitty pork.
Come on, guys. He's the only Asian on the show.
No, a new one will show up.
No, because he's gonna fucking last forever.
What's Tara? Tara's something.
No, she's Danny Masterson's sister, and they're not Asian.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They just got Jew froze, so I think she's just probably Jewish. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. We forgot. She made out with that one chick from the last episode. That's another random shit. I mean, these little things. Are we really going to remember that in 3 episodes?
Fat chick from Pitch Perfect.
They'll never go back to that. Like, she just kissed her, and it was all awkward. And 4 episodes later, we're going to see these characters somewhere, and it'll just never pop up again. They might standing next to each other.
Is that how we're going to just kind of have to pick plot points and kind of story arcs and stuff like that? Like, this is happening. All right, 3 episodes later, it's not. All right, that works. Sure. All right. Yeah. Does that make for better viewership of The Walking Dead? Because if it is, then I've totally been approaching this the wrong way.
I don't know. It's so off the wall.
Sorry, Rebel Wilson. That's her name.
You're talking Rebel Wilson. That's not Rebel Wilson. It actually sure reminds me a little bit more of the chick from Workaholics, the goofy, heavier set chick. If you guys ever see that, but that's neither here nor there. We can talk about ratings if you want, but I have a feeling they're going to be pretty much in line with every episode that we've had. But what do you think, River? What do you give it? You might give it lower because you're dissent.
I think last week I gave it a 4.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Was last week the week you surprised us and gave it a couple more?
Nah. The week before that,
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
The week before that, I gave it a 3.
No, there was one week where you actually gave it like a 6 or something.
I think you gave it. I think you gave one episode a 7, and we're like, oh, really?
That was the second one. I enjoyed the second episode.
Oh wow, okay.
There was a lot of bloodshed, and it was actually fun to watch.
Okay.
Even though the story wasn't the greatest, but no, this one just filler episode, like we were talking about. I was in and out. I was kind of bored with it. I'm guilty. I was on my phone a lot of the time because I really didn't care.
Me too, man. Like, I usually stop stuff and come back. Man, I got up and took a shit.
Yeah.
I was checking my email.
I have to watch them twice because I dick with my phone so much because I'm so bored.
Yeah, and that's mostly the Seamus McFly parts and Sasha, but I would give it a 3. I'll give it a hard 3. Yeah.
I think for me, it's like even the slightly redeeming parts of it are still pointless. They're not progressing the story. And the only redeeming part of it is, yeah, we got to spend a little more time in Norman Reedus, but it didn't. I mean, I get it. We'll probably see those characters again, but we didn't need a whole episode for him to come back and get revenge or have those people get their just desserts. But it was his whole arc was just the whole, hey, I've still got a heart in me. I'm going to still spare people, and you know what? Rick's right because they still fucked me over. It was a little long getting to that point, but whatever. But the Sasha part, man, there was nothing redeeming about that whatsoever. It was one of these episodes where we got about 5 minutes worth of material. Okay, realistically 5, 10, 15 minutes worth of material, but they stretched it out into an hour-long show, and it was absolutely stupid. I don't know. I'll give it a... And it's one of those things, too, where... It's not absolutely fucking disgustingly terrible, but it's not good either, and it's a waste of time. But it's not worth anybody's time because it's not progressing the story. I guess I'll give it a 4. I mean, it's
not worth watching. Let's just say that.
Yeah, you can miss the episode and totally be on check with the show. Absolutely. You can miss this episode and not be asking too many questions. You might ask who the fucker is that fell on a statue in his asshole later on. But that's it.
But even then, still, if say the next episode they meet up with the group. You wouldn't actually sit there and think, and again, this kind of harkens back to the fact that they just don't really explain a whole lot of stuff. Stuff just kind of happens. That if Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham come rolling up in a truck to the rest of the group at Alexandria, you'd be like, all right, whatever. Much along the lines of how Rick just comes running up to the gate of Alexandria, whereas not explaining how he escaped the RV full of zombies, or that were bearing down on him.
Now, if in the next episode you saw Daryl coming back with these people, they came back with him, you'd be like, okay, who the fuck are these people? But the fact is, we started this episode with Daryl by himself, and we're ending it with Daryl by himself. So it's like he's just, and now without a cross. Maybe somebody out there will be like, oh, where does Crossbow go? I need to fit. Where's that plot hole? But other than that,
there's probably another Crossbow back there waiting for him. You know, within at least a couple episodes that he will have another Crossbow in his hands.
They need to take this opportunity to have the very special Christmas episode where Daryl is sad, and then filled with the joy of Christmas, Carl fashions him a shitty new crossbow, and it's shitty, but he's so touched by it. You know, it just warms his little Grinch heart and whatever.
Well,
Dude,
we got 2 episodes left, so it's gotta.
that would rock my fucking socks off. They decide to have a Christmas episode. The thing is, it's like this episode was totally pointless. You know what? Why not just have a pointless episode?
Throw Pee-wee in there.
No, you know they do some heavy-handed nativity imagery with fucking Judith, like the baby Jesus and shit. Like, it would be, we would fucking slaughter it if they did a Christmas episode, and you know it.
I would have somewhat respect. I would have somewhat respect for them
if they
look. If they were that self-aware, they're like, you know what, we're just gonna have a Christmas like. So basically, we take an episode like this and nothing progresses in the story. Can you imagine if they had another episode where nothing really progressed in the Walking Dead story, but it was just them taking a day off to enjoy the holidays? They're wearing sweaters, they're hanging a tree. You got fucking Carl getting a shitty Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
No, it could be like Home Alone with Carl, dude. And he could set the booby traps for the zombies, dude.
There we go.
I just
set the micro machines on the floor, dude.
Have some paint cans hit them when they're walking up the stairs.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
Electrocute one of them so you see a skeleton. Oh wait, you already see a skeleton.
Or they're just taking out, they're telling the zombies to suck brick.
Suck brick, kid.
Dropping fucking bricks on them.
Soaking a rope in kerosene and setting it on fire.
It's not any more or less stupid than the Star Wars Christmas special. But no, I don't know. Here we are talking about random shit because there's nothing else to talk about this episode. But yeah, it is pretty shitty. What's your rating, Pat?
Fuck, I gotta go with a 3. It's just too stupid to even really kind of go with. Again, it's just filler. It's nonsense. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be in this season because it doesn't need to exist, and that's all there is to it.
I feel bad if the people actually had to listen to this shit because there's nothing to talk about.
Podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we have some good insight and ideas.
No, we have insight, but there's nothing to talk about.
Look, all I'm saying is they're going to be glad they listened to it, and then we're going to be glad they listened to it because they're going to be able to back us up when we were fucking right. And this guy falls on it like Fusilli Jerry.
Yeah.
And they have they announce a Christmas special. Like, oh my God.
Or they could go back and say, I knew this show was stupid 2 seasons ago. I was listening to these guys and they were telling me it was so.
I wonder how many people are actually going to buy this when it comes out on DVD Blue. This season is just weird shit.
The 5th season's the only one I haven't bought, actually. And you know what? Actually, the 5th season has some of the best episodes on it. And I think I'll like the 5th season a lot better once I actually watch it front to back. It just had these weird filler episodes, but there was some great stuff in there. It was like either great or terrible. This one has been a lot of filler. Nothing great. Nothing that made me want to actually like vomit or anything. Just some pointless shit.
2 days have passed. 2 days.
Yep.
The entire season. Remember that, folks. 2 days.
I'm gonna go back to it. Can you imagine if they had the Christmas special and then on the intro they do like every other show does and they like animate that fake snow on the credits like they do in post and it's playing the Christmas jingle Walking Dead music.
Have yourself a merry.
Yeah, you gotta have that scene. You gotta have that scene where
playing it with sleigh bells.
Yeah, exactly. Sleigh bells. And they got the little animated snow. Yeah, and the episode could end with Carl looking out the window, crying, and he sees fucking the old man
Marley, dude.
Fucking old man
waving to him,
hugging his zombie daughter.
Yeah.
A Walking Dead Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Ever heard of South Bend Shovel Slayer? That's him.
They had turned to mummies.
Who's gonna be Buzz?
I don't know, but I gotta say something. I watched Home Alone last night, and I watched on the Blu-ray. They have a cool commentary with Mac, and I call him Mac, and Chris Columbus, and it's so fucking cool when you actually watch that commentary on how they made it, and it's actually it's just such a budget movie, and all the little tricks. There's so many fucking things in there I didn't notice until they actually pointed out. River, I know you're a huge fan of it, dude. You gotta watch.
Is it the new paint can edition, the 25th anniversary?
I have just the standard 2-pack Blu-ray with the.
I'm gonna buy the paint can limited edition.
Isn't today the 25th anniversary?
Yeah, I think they're showing it in theaters again.
Yeah, I think they are too.
But I was watching the first one, and I thought to myself, I was watching it through adult eyes, and you know that scene where they're talking about the South Bend Shovel Slayer?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know about you guys. I mean, I was a pretty impressionable kid, but even me, it's like when he's telling him, I was like, the salt, it turns to bodies. I'd be like, hold on. I'd be like, okay, turns to bodies into mummies. Like, okay, you fucking lost me. Like, what kid's gonna believe that? They turn to mummies. They turn to Egyptian raft mummies. It's a dumb.
They
dumb.
turn to mummified corpses, don't they?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
We're talking about Home Alone now. So the show is going down.
There's nothing wrong with Home Alone. I'll do a Home Alone podcast.
We should do a commentary for the holidays. I actually thought about it.
I'm surprised you guys didn't do one.
We got to do
Still
one.
early.
It'll be even bigger than our Evil Tunes one.
Evil Tunes isn't getting too bad, is it?
I see those commentaries. They're such a niche audience. They don't get relatively. They don't get like
Evil
hits.
Tunes has almost like 300 and like like Evil Dead is like 80. It's like
you got to find someone that's willing to watch a movie while listening to us talk about the movie we're watching. It's quite a hassle. It's
I'm not doing that.
I used to do that all the time with my favorite podcast.
But it's a niche nerdy group that likes it.
Yeah.
And it's no sweat off our balls because it's fun just to watch a movie and fucking talk about it. And it's just fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. We're getting off the beaten path here. Walking Dead looks like 3, 3, and 4. It's probably the shittiest episode of the season then with those ratings. I don't know. Everybody let us know if we're wrong. I think everybody's starting to drink the Kool-Aid. Everybody's coming around. The last episode,
Yes.
Even the mainstream media, they were trashing that episode.
A lot of the chirping I've seen from the articles and stuff like that, they're not really too favorable this season of The Walking Dead, and everybody's still pissed about Glenn. So
Because it's a cheap trope. It's so stupid.
It really is cheap pops. I don't get why.
It's so if their plan was to really try and fool people, and like let's say that was Glenn saying help, I mean it's so anticlimactic because everybody under the sun is calling all the shots they're making, 12 steps before they even get there. It's like there's nothing shocking anymore. It's become dry and stale. And
if that really was Glenn on the radio, I think it is just it's its death knell. It's just that predictable where everybody can call all this stuff. I mean, even with leaks and stuff like that, you can, Game of Thrones has kind of been spoiled. Star Wars, for what it's worth, there has been things that come out, but for people to actually think that Glenn is still alive, is still dead, you're just an idiot. And
there's no shock value to it anymore. It's absolutely lame and.
I'm on Wikipedia, and I guess like the second half of this season is only 3 episodes. It says
that's not a half. Then,
what?
It's not half then, but what? Is it like
it just has 3 episodes on here.
So wait a minute, it's only going to be 11 episode seasons.
That's all it has. It shows the 2 more here, and then one in February 14th.
I guarantee you, it's just not
they
updated.
Haven't updated.
There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, because they've been doing 15 episode seasons, haven't they?
Because don't tell me that they're obviously trying to fill the fucking season with pointless episodes to stretch it out for money. Don't tell me that they're still giving us these filler episodes and we got less episodes to fill.
I was just going off Wikipedia. I'm probably wrong.
I would much rather have a fucking The Walking Dead TV special once a year. Give us just one 4-hour-long miniseries.
Give us 6 episodes or 4 episodes.
Give us a giant. Just give us a Walking Dead TV movie every week.
Just like Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
I would be really interested to see. There's got to be some nerds out there that are doing it. You take an entire season, especially a season like this, or even last season, and make a fan edit of it. How much actual, real, practical footage is needed to make a cohesive season?
Oh, I'd love to buy that. That'd be great.
But I bet you'd be shocked.
The Cliff Notes version of The Walking Dead.
I'll buy that. Yeah.
I bet you $1 million it would be like 5 hours long max, and you wouldn't miss a beat. And it would be just fine. I mean, we're talking about take out the fucking episode with the school bus where nothing happens and just, add that in at the very beginning of the next episode. Eugene's a fucking, douchebag traitor. And, don't take out the part where he hits him in the face because that was hilarious because he dropped like a sack of potatoes. But it's like, it would amaze me.
All you had to do for that episode is show them driving in the school bus, have Eugene tell them that he's not a scientist, and then the bus flips, scene end. It's over.
And then we could have just started the episode that came after it.
Right. You could literally do that episode in about 3.5 minutes.
You could honestly, we could have did today's episode mixed in with the primary plot, and you could have done it in 15 minutes. You could have the Sasha bullshit.
Much.
The Sasha bullshit. We just needed one scene. We needed to see them run and find that building they were in, and have their little fucking stupid powwow, whatever. I guess that's part of the story. But done, 5 minutes max, and then the Daryl thing. Give us a couple seasons, a couple, 10 minutes of that. We're good.
Well, I think at this point, though, all of our established characters from the past couple seasons have now had their official monologue, if I have counted correctly. Yeah. I think that's everybody. Now that Abraham's had one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are all the bases covered with everybody? So can we start killing?
Are we gonna have the episode where fucking Aaron's boyfriend Todd has AIDS and he has to reveal to him that he's HIV positive? And then there's a HIV epidemic in The Walking Dead.
How did you know?
I don't know. It's definitely stupid, and we're beating this dead.
We're gonna have a Maggie pregnant episode. That's gonna take a whole.
Oh, and it's black. It's fucking Tyrese's kid.
Oh snap!
Oh man, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Or God, it comes out with a little cowboy hat and white trash beard, and it's Rick's baby. I don't know.
Where's he get the cowboy hat?
Oh shit!
I don't know, but it would be insane. Or it comes out with a stump leg and it's Herschel's kid. I think too much time has passed.
He genetically inherited the stump leg.
He comes out looking like a 60-year-old man.
I don't know. Anyway, we're obviously compensating for a very fucking shitty episode and lack of things to talk about.
Sorry,
but anyway, let us know. I think you guys are all starting to drink the Kool-Aid, judging from the last couple of episodes and judging by the ratings. The ratings are still on a decline considerably when you take into consideration the last season. So let us know what you think on.
So let's start this. Give us your ratings on the YouTube page.
I would love that, but don't give us the Riverman rating.
Give us their rating.
Give us the rating and then tell us why legitimately you give it that rating. Don't give us the Riverman rating.
Oh fuck you!
Don't give it a 2 and say because it's shit.
Hey, I gave you a good reason, man.
No, you did today. Today you did. Sometimes you just.
I understand.
You just can't be fucked with sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good idea. So give us your ratings, give us your opinion, and you know where to go: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, iTunes. I happen to notice Riverman ain't posting this shit on iTunes, but go to iTunes.
It'll be up there soon.
All right. Yeah, exactly. But in the meantime, it's been fun talking about other shit that's not Walking Dead. We got to talk about Home Alone. That's cool. I'm Aaron.
Riverman.
Pat.
And see you guys later. Watch Evil Dead. Bye.
Good night, Canada.